See if you can hear the difference between these two examples. So this is a secret that all the pros know to do. They actually omit the third from their chord voicings. And what do I mean by that? Well, when we first start playing guitar, we learn these shapes. And they're great shapes, they're wonderful to know. They have the full triad in them. And what does that mean? Well, each chord is made up of a root, a third, and a fifth. So in this case here, when I play a G chord, I'm playing G, B, D. And the B is in two places. On the A string, underneath my first finger, and on the open B string. And that's the third of a chord. But again, a lot of the pros, what they're doing is they're omitting this note from their chord voicings. So they play a G, it looks the same, but it sounds different. Here's the G we all know and love. And that's the new voicing. And what are we really playing here? Well, we're just playing the G, a D, a G, a D, and a G. Really just a big power chord. But listen how different that sounds. That's the regular chord. Now to the other chord. So why would they do this? What's the purpose? I think the purpose is, if we think about it, obviously the guitar is a rhythm instrument. And the less kind of notes that you have in it that stand out, like the third, the more it becomes a bed for something, for the music. And it probably leaves that note open for like the singer to sing on a part of the melody line, or if you had a lead line, that third can be brought out by other instruments, or again, the voice of the singer. So another common thing that they'll do in this progression, instead of going from this G to this C, where there's a third now, C, E, G makes up a C triad, they're going to omit the E note. So they'll play this. So there's no third happening here, but they left the D in place. They'll leave the D in place to add a little color, a ninth. It's kind of a neutral tone. And when they go to a D chord, instead of playing this chord with that high F sharp on the top, because a D chord is D, F sharp, A, they'll just play the top half. Or sometimes they'll put the A on top here. So again, listen how different this sounds. I'll play the chord progression just from the normal chords that we learned, the open chords, or the cowboy chords as they call them, and then I'll go into the other progression, which is, I'm sorry, false, the other chord progression, same chord progression, but with the other chords. Here is the professional way, I guess you could say, or the alternative way. So I want to just encourage you, when you're playing chord progressions, try to look out for where the third is in your chords and try to omit those. Maybe substitute them. Let's say you're playing an A chord. That C sharp on the top is the third. Maybe play it like this. So instead of playing the C sharp on top, I'm adding the ninth, the B. Or just play the top half. Same thing for the E. Or you can do the E like this, which is kind of nice. Well, that's pretty ugly. Like this. To the A. So what am I doing here? I'm playing a kind of a big power chord. I'm playing E, B, E, B, E. just rooting the fifth of the chord. And when I go to the A, I'm keeping the top half down. And this is adding the B that we had up here, but here this time. So when you come across a chord progression, or if you're laying down tracks for your songs, try doing what the pros do. Omit the third.